Hello and welcome to lesson 4. In this video we're going to be looking at accessing your My Documents from home. Starting off again at the My School page. If you don't know how to get to the My School page, please go and watch lesson 1. Over on the right hand side we've got this launch panel and we've got View All at the bottom. If you click on View All, on the left hand side you've got Files and Apps option on this menu. If you click on that, you've got My Files. Click on that to launch it. This section here where it says loading, it depends on how many files and folders you have in your user area and the speed of internet and the capabilities of the computer that you're currently using. So this can take a wee minute or two for it to load all of your files and folders. So we can see just the structure here on the left hand side. Home drive is your My Documents, and you won't see staff or private, but you will see shared resources. And here we've got the contents of my user area. You can't download an entire folder in one go in the same respects that you would do if you wanted to copy the entire folder just to your memory stick. I can click and then try to download. It says it's going to prepare for the download, but instead of actually allowing me to download the whole folder, it's showing me the contents of this folder, and I then have to click each of these files individually all the way down the list in order to download the entire folder. Okay, so let me just go through that again. So home drive is your My Documents. You won't see staff and you won't see private, but you will see shared resources. You can't download a folder in its entirety just by clicking download. Okay, what it does instead is it opens up the folder and shows the contents of that folder, and you then have to click each of these individual files all the way down, and that will get you the contents of that folder. Okay, so for example, if I click on this, okay, bad example, let's choose something different. If I click on that, down the left hand side you'll see it start to download. That's one file. Click on the next one, it starts to download, and so on and so on. Okay, some of you might get a message pop up on screen when you click the first one. Are you sure you want to download multiple files? If this is what you want to do, then obviously the answer to that is yes, otherwise no. If it's just one particular file that you want and you know what folder it's in, you can go ahead and open up that folder. You have the option either to right click on it and choose download, or you click on it to make sure it's highlighted, and up in the top left corner here you've got download as well. Both of these options get you to the same screen. So if I right click on that and go download, it starts to download it down here. Again, if I click on it and go download, it downloads it. So it's the two methods of doing exactly the same thing. What I will say is that if you find the file that you want to work on, please don't use this View, Edit in Office. Please download the file to your computer and open it from there. Okay, so don't click on this file or any file that you want to use, right click and go View, Edit, and then Edit in MS Office. Please use the download and download a copy of it to your own home drive first before you start to work on it. Okay, so the downloads all finish up in your downloads folder. You can access that either by clicking Start and going into the computer, or going into File Explorer, or you can click this wee icon here if it's available on your computers. Okay, so you've got downloads here, you've got downloads here, and downloads here. It takes you to the same folder, so it doesn't much matter which one you click. You can see here that the 4 different files that I've downloaded there previously. If I open up that last one and enable editing, and I want to make changes to it, so I will do my updates and changes. Okay, most importantly then is that you save this document now as something different. So if you go on File, Save As, save it just to where it is. You can call it updated or put the day's date on it, or new, or version 2. Just save it as something different to what it was originally called, and hit save. Once you're finished with the document updating, you finish working on, you go back to your My Files. There's a button here for uploading, so click on upload. You have the option here to attach 4 files at the same time. I've only updated the one, so I'm going to click browse. It's going to ask me where I want to go, my downloads folder, and there's my 2012 up-to-date GCSE Tidy 2 document. If I click on that and go open, it fills it into this wee box here. If I say upload, it's going to upload it, so it gives me 2012 GCSE Tidy 2, and there's a wee new just there. Now it doesn't clear it from here. If you want to reset that, and then you can click and add more. Okay, so after that's finished, this wee minimize icon actually just closes it out of the way. You can go and download files from shared resources, download from your My Documents, re-upload them back to your My Documents. You will not, as you do not have access in school, you cannot save things back to shared resources. Okay, so that's the one place that you can't save documents to. You can download them from shared resources, but you will not be able to save them back. Your home drive is your My Documents area. That's where you should be uploading files to. Okay, so go through that upload process again. So you've got upload up here. You click on that. You've got 4 particular files, or 4 files that you can upload at any one time. Click browse to find the file that you want. If I, for example, let's just take that one there, for example, and in fact, let's try that one. Let's say open, say upload. It already has a file called 2012 GCSE Tidy in my Documents. Okay, it says, do you want to overwrite this? If I say OK, it's going to upload and overwrite the content that I have. Now this doesn't always work, which is why I need you to save it as something different first and then upload it. Okay, so reset that, browse, I change that and go to that, go upload. Takes a second or two, reset, close, and there's that file there. Once I'm finished, I simply just close this tab of the browser. I can close out of this launch panel, and I can log out. And that's it. Okay, so quick recap. Go through My School, view all, files and apps, launch the My Files, let it load your contents of your My Documents, which is home drive from the left hand side, download the content that you want to work on it, save the content as something different, version 2, updated, the day's date, whatever, but something different than what it was previous, and then use the upload function to upload it back to your My Documents. And then finally, when you're finished all your updating, log out of My School so that your school account doesn't get locked.